my YouTube channel. So most of you already know this, but from now on I'm going to be posting either weekly or once in 2 weeks. So since most of us have just started school, today I'm going to do something school related, which is how to make a classroom and post assignments in Google Classroom. It's easy and it's really fun. So we're doing this tutorial on an iPad, so we want the Google Classroom app, of course. So let's open it up, and here it's just going to show up a blank screen, and to start your first class, you're going to click the plus sign. It's either going to tell you to join class or create class, so you're obviously going to want to create class because you're making a class. Let's check that off and continue. Here we get to make our class, so let's name the class. Science. Section. Here we write like period 3. And room, like room 105, for example. And here's subject. This part is really nice because if you type in science, it recognizes the word science. And when you do that, it's going to give you a really nice little sciencey background. So let's just wait for that to load. And yeah, as you can see in the math and photography and editing classes, these two, it gives you a really nice science background, just like this one. Now let's start posting some assignments. First of all, let's go to classwork, and we're going to click on that plus sign. Here we can post an assignment, a question, or material. I'm going to teach you how to do all three, but first we want to do assignment, so let's do that. Here we name the assignment. For example, check-in question, and then the date, 9/7. Now here we write the instructions. Complete the Google Forms attached. So, surprise! Now we are doing a special little bonus, which is how to create a Google Forms. First of all, let's open up Safari or whichever browser you use, and we're going to search up Google Forms. We don't want to go to this one, we want to go to this one, the Google Forms sign-in. Here it's normally would ask you to sign in, so you're just going to easily sign in with your account, with your Gmail account. Now when it's going to take you to this screen, let's go to blank. Now untitled form, here we give it a name. For example, we can name it anything. For example, maybe feedback on today. Here we can add a description. For example, be honest with each answer and do all of the questions. Untitled question. Let's start asking questions. So we're going to erase that untitled question and name our question. For example, the first one we're going to learn about is multiple choice. So let's do maybe select a color. And this is completely and totally random. It has nothing to do with science, but I'm just trying to explain how to use Google Forms. So select a color. Option 1, pink. Now, if we can either click on add option to add a new option, red, or we can just click return. And here is where we write all of our options. For example, blue, red, pink. Let's add another one. Green, yellow, and yes, that's all we need for now. Now your students are going to select only one of these. So let's add a new question and try a different kind of question. For example, instead of multiple choice, you can do short answer. For example, what is your name? There we go. Here's where they're going to type their names. New question. Write a paragraph about something you are passionate about. Again, this has absolutely nothing to do with science. It's just how to use this forms. New question. We can try maybe check boxes. Question. Select 3 subjects you like. So, option 1, these are unlimited, so you can actually check off all of the boxes instead of just one. So option 1, science, of course. Then math, maybe. I'm just using return. Then art, drama, and yeah, so it's really nice how it does this in Roman numerals. I think it's really cool. So let's just add a few more classes. History. And last one, coding. There we go. Now your students are going to check off 3 that they like. And yes, that's it. So if we want all of our questions to be required, we're going to switch this on because it won't let them submit. It won't let them submit the Google Forms until they answer these questions. So let's make all of them required except for maybe this one. It doesn't have to be required. It's optional. It's optional. So now we want to customize the theme. Here we can either pick an image from my camera roll or we can pick our font maybe like this. Let's do this one. Now we can select our background color. We can even make our own custom one. So let's make a light pink one and add. Perfect. Perfect. So that's great. Now we want to send it, of course. And the easiest way to do this is next to the mail, there's a little link. And we're going to click Shorten URL, which is going to make it really shorter and a lot easier to work with. Now we're going to copy, and it's going to automatically copy it to clipboard. Perfect. So we have our Google Forms. Let's open up this and our Google Classroom, and instead of checking question, doesn't really make sense. So let's exit out and Google Forms. There we go. Now we're going to click on, since we want to add the Google Forms, we're going to click on the link, and paste it right here. Now we have it attached right here. So, topic. This part is pretty important because here's where you add the categories. For example, let's do Google Forms. Google Forms. Now we're going to click check and save. Now, when we click on the little X, we're going to save it as a draft. It's not going to get published yet, but here we have a category that's called only Google Forms. So this is where you can post all the Google Forms. Now let's go back to our draft, and since we are ready to publish, before we do, here we can pick how many points we want. For example, this can be ungraded. Save. And then due date, it's optional. You don't have to have a due date, but for now, let's just keep maybe 29, a random day that it's due. And time, we can select the time in which we want it to be due. So 10 a.m. Okay. Perfect. Now we are ready to post the assignment. So we're going to, next to the link and the 3 dots, in between there is a send, and it is publishing. Perfect. Now our assignment has been published. Now, as I said, I'm going to teach you how to do the 3 different types of assignments. So now let's do question. Here we actually do want it to be check-in question. I made a mistake before, but let's just write check-in question. Instructions. This is where we write the actual question. And we're probably going to want to write the dates here, so just random numbers. So, instructions. let's ask them to write about anything, basically. So tell me, what do you like to do in your free time? There we go. And here we can click the due date and all those. And we can select if we want it to be multiple choice or short answer. But let's say we want it to be short answer. If we do short answer, then they're just going to have to type in a few sentences and then submit. But let's say multiple choice. Here, option 1, it can be watch TV. And yeah, you get it. Things like play video games, read books, play, and basically all of that. So now we're ready to actually post this. So there we go. Let's click on that button and perfect. Now, last type of assignment you can create is material. And perfect. Material. Here we can just add material. It never has a due date. For example, it can be like this. It can be remember to do your homework, but it can also be watch this video on how to do blank. And here you're going to add a video. So let's say we want to add a video. We're going to open up Safari, make a new tab, and go to YouTube. There we go. Now let's just search up random video, Leela teaches, and just select a random video of mine. So let's Command C, copy that down, and now let's go back to Google Classroom. Here we can add the description. It's optional, but we don't have to. Now let's click on the link button, click on link, and paste the link right here. So now the attachment is going to be the video, and they can watch it. So yes, that's perfect. Now let's publish this assignment, this one last assignment, and there we go. If we want to add a topic for this one, what we could do is go to the 3 dots, edit, here's where you can edit it, and add a topic. Let's make a new topic called videos. Check and save. Now we have a new topic and it's called videos. Let's save this. Perfect. Now we have these in different little topics. So now if you go to stream, here's where you can find all of your assignments, or you can also find them on classwork. Say that you want students to come to your classes. What you're going to do is go to your class, click the 3 dots, edit, and instead of doing that, we're going to just open up the class. That little settings button, and general, here the class code. You can either send the invite link or copy it to here, or you can click on this and it's going to copy the class code. Now, I'm going to give an example on how to join. So I'm going to sign in to a different Gmail account and join this class. There, now I'm signed in to a random account, so we're going to click on plus sign. Now we're going to go to join class and enter the class code which we have copied, which is this. So now let's click on join. And when we join, we're going to be officially added to the class. Now, I'm going to show you guys what happens when a student submits your assignment. So maybe this is your student is going to do this. Google is going to do, sorry about that, this checking question. And select, I don't know, watch TV. Now they're going to turn in. And that's exactly what's going to pop up on when you go back to your teacher account. So let's go back and see the answer that our students did. There we go. When we have refreshed our page, it says Science Period 3, we have 1 student. Now, if we go to classwork and go to check in question, we're going to see question versus student answers. And students turned in is perfect, which is Leela Creates, which is an account that I have. So perfect. That is all for today. I hope you guys learned a lot, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll see you guys next time. Bye!